Hey guys, we're back with the Eden of Grisaia. When we last left off, statue defused a bomb. I think it was a fake bomb. Yeah, it was a fake bomb, right? It's only been like 2 days. I should remember that. Before we start, well, first off, go check out the Eden of Grisaia on Steam. You can buy it for, how much is it? Like, 35? I want to say it's 35. Let me look. Okay, good thing the thing doesn't autoplay. It's 30. It's 30. You know, pick it up now. Pick it up when it's on sale. You know, do that. But recently there's been a humble bundle. I think it's for Sakai Project. I got like what 15 of their games for $12. I'm not really familiar with a lot of them. Like, let's see, there's Ame no Marginal, Grain Marginal. No idea what that is. Like Kaya Kaya, Japanese School Life, the Nekopaga series, and World End Economica, which I've heard that one's actually kind of good. And also Narkisu. I'd like to do a playthrough of Narkisu, like just like the first route or whatever. Maybe the rest, I don't even know. I played through the first route of Narkisu, what, 2014, 2013 maybe even. And I remember liking it. It was pretty good. I played through the second one when was it out when I don't remember. But I only got like halfway through the second one before, you know, I just ended up, you know, with the first Narkisu, I played through it all in one night. But the second one, I put it down after an hour or two. I was like, okay, I'll come back to it. And I just never did. Well, I did come back for like 30 minutes. Then I was like, what was going on again? They're dying? Yeah, so if there's any games in that Humble Bundle you're interested in, let me know, because I own them now. Like, oh yeah, there's Fault Milestone. So I played through about a little more than half of Fault Milestone 1. And then the Sakai Project said, you can play it, but then they said you can't play it. Yeah, no, you still can. Okay, never mind then. It says link to the story page and mute the game BGM, and then you can monetize. May only stream up to chapter 4, which is the end of the demo. And oh, I have the chapter 4 achievement, so I'm probably a little past that. So yeah, good thing I took them down. So you can't do that, but if there's any you're interested in, let me know. Detective Butler, I think I have 2 videos left of it before I'm finished. Well, like, that's recording, not upload. So yeah, sorry for rambling. And that's 3 minutes almost. Wow, let's get started. Great, she said, give the phone to HorseyEatYou. Kick a pup. Wow. Makina's actually evil the whole time. Oh no, not me, just my windows. There we go. It was frustrating that things weren't going the way she wanted, and it's frustrating to be ordered around by someone who didn't bother to explain things properly. Makina understood this frustration and was fundamentally childish. When no one even bothered trying to coax her, it's hard to accept this kind of treatment. Of course, being a grown-up was all about swallowing your frustration and finding ways to cope with situations you couldn't accept on an emotional level. But in this particular respect, Iyasu Makino is still something of a child. Orders from the people upstairs are always going to be unfair. They were fair, there wouldn't be any reason to issue them as orders. Might as well quit if you don't like it. No one will stop you. That's just how things are in this line of work. If Kazami Yuji were here with them, he probably would have told her something along those lines. Touching the letter they'd found inside the box, Makina and Sachi set off running down the road they followed to the church. Their eyes were searching for a certain bottle blonde, presumably lying in a heap somewhere in its vicinity. After nearly shouting themselves hoarse, the 2 girls finally found the individual they were looking for. The truly piteous state? Was that piteous? Kinda reminds me of a Kekuman saying yo with a cherry. I can't do it. The night before, Matsushima Michiru had gluttonously gobbled down great quantities of fried fish. Immediately after a hearty breakfast, she set off running as fast as she could. So it wasn't exactly surprising that she was now lying on her side by the road, steadily spewing out the contents of her stomach. Her eyes were glazed and unfocused. Her body was totally immobile. She resembled nothing, so much as a beached sea mammal. Mane was standing a few feet away, gingerly poking at her with a stick.
朝食を全部吐き出してしまって、昨晩のハゼまで吐き出していますね。そんなことより間に合ったの？
What's with this shoulder? I don't understand why. Why? はい、
そしてこれが新しい指令です。この手紙をミチル様に渡せとタナトスさんが。ほら、チルチル、しっかりするのよ。よし、よし。
Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this, but that Sakai Project Humble Bundle, it's still going on. For $1, you can get Kara, Neko Kara, Zero, two others if you get one. For $12, you can get 15, including Rube Double, which Rube Double I highly recommend. I'd put it like top 10 visual novels on Steam, probably. Like, let's look at the visual novels I own. No, yeah, I have a Chrono Clock. I still haven't played that. I bought it like a month ago. Dai's Ire, I'm a bit into that. That came out recently too, which I'm 4 hours in. It reminds me a lot of Fate Stay Night, both Nazis. Fruit of Grisaia, okay, that's up there. Oh, Umineko, that's in my favorites list, not my visual novels list. That's top 1 for me. And there's G Senjo. I played a few hours of that. Actually, they let you record the prologue, so I did, but I never ended up uploading it. Higarashi's on Steam. How does that count? Do you count, like, you know, all of it as one, or you count each individual chapter? There's Himawari. Oh, I like Himawari. I never finished it, because there's like 4 routes, technically 3 or 4, depending on how you look at them, and then there's some like extra side routes, I guess. I never ended up playing those. The House in Fata Morgana? That's something I've been meaning to play. I was thinking of recording it, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah, Idol Magical Girl Chiyu Chiyu. I forgot to mention this. That you're allowed to record it though, so I could do this after Eden. We'll see. Love. I only bought that for alternative. I'm not really sure how that'll go. But yeah, that's basically all the PNs I own. Like all the notable ones at least. So yeah, you double, I'd put it top 10 on Steam. Check it out. It's $12 with the Humble Bundle, and that's with everything else. With all the tenderness of an interrogator slapping the prisoner awake in the middle of a torture session, backing up pulled Michiru up off the ground and chucked the ladder in her face. So, just to say this, I'm not sponsored by them. I just think it's a good deal. It's going on for like the next week, I think a bit over that. And I think Humble Bundle goes to charity. Don't quote me on that, but I think it does. They now received their 3rd mission of the day. Its nature was quite simple. The envelope contained a single map that seemed to have been printed on a photocopier. Someone had circled a part of it in red pen, and then jotted a note in the margins of the page. Proceed to the designated location within the time you've been allotted.
安心してください。ここは地球ですよ、ミチル様。
Oh, really?
お気を確かに。
This isn't the moon?
いや、そういうことじゃなくてね。
I mean, New Year I pulled that. On the moon, yeah.
うわ、なんかミチル様臭い。臭いとか言うな。言われなくても分かってるわよ。入っちゃったんだから仕方ないでしょ。もう。女の子ってさ、臭いって言われるのは何気に傷つくよね。
There's nothing wrong with bullying Michiru.
そうじゃなくて。
Name one thing wrong with it.
地図の場所はどこなのって。なぜ伝わらないこの思い。恋愛にも似たもどかしさが私の胸を締め付けてるわよ。それってただの胸焼けじゃん。つか、なんで今さら地図？また携帯で誘導すればいいじゃんね。地図がちゃんと読めるかのテストとか？地図なんて誰でも読めるんじゃん。それを言ったらラリーにナビはいらないって話になるよね。指定場所は山の中でしょうか。
Oh, it's not in the city.
ほぼ一本道ですし迷いようがないのでは。
Achieving a surfometer, the curvometer from the pocket of her skirt, Said she began to move it along the winding road on their map.
現在位置から約40キロ前後の距離と思われます。
Okay, that's pretty far then. What? 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers? So that's like, what? Let's just say 30 miles. Let's use a real unit.
私この道知ってるわ。
Their new destination was over in the new prefecture. I know I didn't say that right, but separated by a mountain from their current location. It wasn't far from the farm that supplied eggs and chicken to the restaurant Amane's parents ran. For a while, she'd driven out there every morning. First, those trips had been on the restaurant's motorcycle. To getting her driver's license, she'd taken their mini truck instead. Day in and day out, in rain and snow, she sped out there and back, battling the early bird street racers who used it as their personal practice track.
まずいな。ここって電車の駅もなければ、バスも1時間に1本の山の中だよ。行くとしたら車かバイクしか。タクシーなら間に合うんじゃ？
That says rock love, right?
残り時間が50分じゃ、タクシーでも無理じゃないかな。
That could be an Aok love. I assume that's an L. It's kind of like stylized, but what else ends with O? Given the time that you lose to traffic signals and such, traveling 40 kilometers in 15 minutes wasn't easy. You have to be averaging about 70 kilometers per hour. She could try to head home and borrow a ride from her parents, but given their time limit, it didn't seem too realistic. So Money racked her brains for a better solution, a rundown store across the street happened to catch her eye. It was a used car dealership with a small sign advertising cars for rent.
そうか、借りるって手もあるな。みんな、お金いくら持ってる？8200円です。2800円。
What? She has more than that, but she just said that to round it to 10,000, which is about $100.
私は24557円。
She has money.
マキナは？ちょっと待ってね。
Oh yeah, Makina's rich.
126400円？あとはカードになっちゃうけど、カードは多分凍結されてるのよさ。まあ、これだけあれば十分か。
Generally speaking, you shouldn't expect too much from a rental car. It's a temporary means of transportation, nothing more. Most places aren't going to bother lending out flashy sports cars or anything. Given the greater cost of insuring more expensive vehicles, they'll naturally pay much more for higher performance rides. Also, when you're poking around a sleepy dealership next to the highway that's clearly run by some local landowner whose second son is a tax shelter for his dad, there's really no point even hoping for something decent. Zamana looked over the various cars lined up in the lot. That's all she could do to keep from groaning in dismay. Everywhere she turned, she saw ancient hatchbacks and coupes from 20 or 30 years ago. They were mostly beaters in visible poor condition. Shaking her head, she turned towards the prefab hut served as the dealership building, intending to ask if there were any functional cars that could drive off in them immediately. The lone employee inside, however, appeared to be in the middle of a phone call.
はい、ちょうどお見えになられました。
After glancing briefly through the window at her face, the woman put down the phone and said, "There's so Amane, right?"
お車の代金はすでにいただいておりますので、どれでもお好きな車をお選びください。
はい？どういうこと？この状況でレンタカーに目をつけるのはタナトスさんに予想されてたってこと？
How kind of her.
予想というか、車を借りなきゃクリアできない条件を出したのはタナトスさんなんだし、最初からそう仕組まれてるって感じでしょうか。なるほどね。タナトスさんらしいというかなんというか。つーかさ、好きなの選べってのはありがたいんだけど。
None of the old cars looked particularly appealing, to be honest. They had plenty of mini trucks, mainly Mazda motorcabs and Mizuki Garis, number of sedans, including 4 high-top Nissan Glodias and Loyal HT2000 SGX. So I don't know anything about cars. Are these like, you know, slightly, like, you know, the name slightly changed to, you know, avoid copyright? There are yellow hatchbacks such as the Mazda Familio XGs and the non-turbo Honda City models. It's actually Honda City models, right? I know one thing about cars. In other words, there weren't a single car backing the sort of power they required. You could technically call the X1 a hot hatch, but this X1E variant had a non-turbo OHC 16-valve 1500cc engine, meaning it was basically a car for old ladies. Still, it did have 97 horsepower. Although that wasn't anything special given the car's size, nothing else in the junkyard could really compare. Just as she was about to reluctantly select the X1, Monty sensed something slightly out of place at her side. The source of this feeling seemed to be Toyota Duet, sitting next to the Bolstar in the hatchback corner. Could it be a Daihatsu Nutoria? Nani! She hadn't noticed at first because it was painted dark green, but it looked a bit like. Metal flaps hung loosely behind the tires. She could see a roll cage inside the passenger compartment. The back seat had been removed entirely. Turning slower, racing car. What? Thanatos put the car there? She's like, okay, guys, gotta know cars. That's required. When I circled behind the car, on its rear end, I found the X4 logo, along with the Kiara sticker on the Daihatsu Racing surface. I think I'd find you in a place like this. That's something like running into a dear old friend at a train station. Most of it had been waiting there for years, just for her. Overwhelmed by shock and joy, Wanda embraced the car with tears in her eyes. Irritated by the trembling of her own hands, she hurriedly filled out the rental paperwork. By the time the woman returned her license and handed her the keys, she managed to calm down at least a little. Daihatsu Nutoria X4. To be certain, its daringly round-faced and cheap minicar style interior made it the very picture of an old lady vehicle. So what, is there just gonna be like an overly descriptive scene for every character's hobby? Like for the racing one? And that doesn't really count. But you know, Sajic had the bomb, now Amane gets the car. Michiru and Yumiko don't get one, because you know, they don't... But this unassuming appearance belied its true identity. A genuine sports car, boasting a 120 horsepower twin-turbo high-boost engine and an overall weight of only 840 kilograms. Who uses kilograms? What is this? Not America? In accordance with the regulation for rally racing cars, its engine displacement came at a rather unusual 713cc. With an obsessive focus on keeping the car light, even the air conditioning and audio system were optional, but it had more than enough power. It was, in short, a micro monster, ideally suited to zipping along mountain roads with lots of tight corners. Its grainy mobile exterior appealed to its fans, who often covered the seats in white lace to play up the wolf in sheep's clothing angle. She pressed down on the accelerator to see what would happen. The RPM rose only sluggishly, suggesting the engine's turbines were ridiculously large. Numbers kept ticking up slowly, just as if the fuel mixture was overly rich. But as soon as the engine reached 5,000 RPM, tachometer needle jumped fiercely upward, and the boost gauge? I don't know if that's gauge or gauge, but let's just say it's both. Shot up to 2.0 kPa. Just the next 10 minutes just gonna be me saying words they don't know. With a car like this, you wanted to kick the clutch on even the tightest corners. But given how lightweight it was, if you happen to bump into something while turning into the curve, God only knows where you end up landing. At the same time, you should only have to make sure not to decelerate or let the RPM needle fall too much. The uphill curves in particular, there'd be no danger of the engine stalling if the engine was anything less than perfect. Oh. I forgot about that. Oh, that's probably something that all happened in the prologue, right? For reference, I think it was around the time of the beach episode in Grisaia. Michiru said she should never ride with Amane again because of a past experience or something. And she ended up riding with her again in the beach episode. It's not a beach episode, but you get what I mean. The time they went to the beach. Beach episode just sounds good. Every anime has one.
みちる様、あまりわがままをおっしゃらないでください。後で好きなお菓子買ってあげますから。
Oh, sure, let's go.
子供じゃあるまいし、そんな言葉に騙されないわよ。いらないんですか？お菓子。
Oh.
何買ってくれるのよ。何でもいいですよ。一つだけなら何でも好きなの買ってあげます。
Well, in that case.
どうでもいいけど早くしてくれる？時間ないんだけど。
わかったわよ。乗ればいいんでしょ。乗れば。というわけで、みちる様の快諾が得られたところで、よろしくお願いします。あまねさん。
With this, Setsu handed over Thanatos' phone, currently displaying an analog stopwatch. Time they had remaining was displayed on a separate counter on the bottom of the screen. Mane promptly jammed it onto one of the car's cup holders.
じゃあ行ってくる。ごめんね。人乗せると重くなっちゃうから。とりあえずみちるだけ連れてく。
あまね、気をつけるのよ。
わかってる。
Nodding to Makina, Amane reached out and started the stopwatch timer. I wonder, like when they wrote this, like when they wrote through to Grisaia, I wonder if they, expected to make a trilogy out of it, or, just kind of plan to, but if it failed, they wouldn't. Like, did they have everything in Labyrinth and Eden already set up? Or was it like, okay, what did we say in Fruit of Grisaia? This is popular, we have to make a sequel. So, like, you get what I mean, like, if they weren't planning for a sequel, did they just, like, take notes of Yuji when they were writing the game? Or did they do the opposite and just be like, okay, he said this, he said that? There's a lot of visual novels that I kind of wonder that about.
タイマーがゼロになったらスタートするよ。ほら、ちゃんとベルトした？
あばね、私まだお腹の具合が。
いい加減もう全部入っちゃったでしょ。時間がないのよ。最初はゆっくり行くから我慢して。
Moving the short stroke shifty to put the car in first gear, Amane glanced behind her and used her car's yawn nose towards the main road outside the lot. Flipping on her turn signal, she hit the brakes on the slanting sidewalk ramp. Keeping the car in a sprinter-style leaning pole shot stance, pushed the engine up towards 5,000 RPM. The virtue of reaching the power band, she paused to double-check the area around
後
her.
方よし、前方よし。もう一度後方よし。行くよ、みちる。
ゆっくり行くんでしょ。ゆっくり行くって言ったよね。
私とみちるでゆっくりの解釈が少し違うかもしれないね。5、4、3。
やっぱ降りる。うるせえ。
もう遅いっての。ゼロ。
The very instant her stopwatch finished counting down, Amane roughly engaged the clutch. The compact cross transmission let out a distinctive high-pitched whine. Less than 3 seconds, she burned right through first gear. What does first gear mean? So somebody play a deja vu. I think it's initial D song. When she released the accelerator pedal and stepped on the clutch, exhaust from the turbines escaped audibly throughout the wastegate. Quickly moving the shift knob, she stepped down on the accelerator once again. No time at all, she had blown through second gear as well. Well, with a racing cross transmission like this one, the gap to third gear was wide. The fourth impulse would come easily afterwards. Even when changing gears, what does gears mean? The engine kept moving at 7,500 RPM, allowing for steady acceleration.
軽いせいかな。なんかポコポコ跳ねちゃうけど、いいぞ、いける。
うるせえ。私は行きたくない。
Michiru looks a bit upset. Michiru screamed, the engine howled. The car rushed down the road, carrying two foolish young women in very different states of mind. Thanatos instructed them to bring Matsushima Michiru to the designated point within the allotted time. Letting her out clearly wasn't an option. As the city streets flew past her outside the window, all she could do was wail in distress. Avoiding traffic lights where possible, Nani steered them through a series of back roads, eventually reaching the foot of the mountains they needed to cross. There, she stopped the car and got out to examine it. As soon as the vehicle came to a halt, Michiru tumbled out of it, grabbed her mouth, and began to retch once more. By now, she'd fully expelled the contents of her stomach, so only acid came up from her throat. Watching her unfortunate friend down to the corner of her eye, Nani squatted down next to the car and checked the condition of its tires. S tires like these were designed for racing, when they had a nasty tendency to lose their grip entirely when they got worn out.
大丈夫。タイヤはまだ生きてる。いい感じに熱が入ってドロドロだよ。
そうかい。そいつはよかったわね。私の胃もドロドロだわよ。
何言ってんの？ここからが本番じゃない。
Well,
嘘でしょ。もう無理。吐いても何も出ないわよ。
大丈夫。吐くだけ吐いて辛いのを通り越したら今度はだんだん気持ちよくなってくるから。
それってさ、脳がこれ以上はやばいって判断してんじゃないの？
well, yeah, but don't worry
こ
about
こ
that.
からならあと30分もかからないからすぐに終わるって。ほら乗ってすぐに出るよ。
Because like when you're drowning, like once your brain like is like, oh, well, I'm dead, it kind of just like turns off pain, right? That's the thing, right?
シルバ
車が
Now this girl puked out her own brain fluid somehow. For Michiru's sake, she clearly needed to finish this as quickly as possible. Before moving into serious mode, when I flipped the intercooler sprayer switch, hoping to lower its temperature somewhat. Generally speaking, you always wanted to keep your battery warm and your motor as cool as possible. Burst cooling helped keep the air flowing into your engine stay dense, allowing for a greater concentration of oxygen in the air-fuel mixture, regaining you some of the power you've lost due to heat. That said, engines tend to return to their normal temperature within a few minutes of being cooled, so this sort of procedure is only marginally useful. But Amani always thought the acceleration felt a bit more responsive for a while afterward, so it wasn't something she could totally dismiss. For one quick final check of the car's condition, she glanced at her watch. 23 minutes were left. Even for should we call it there? It's 26 minutes, and I imagine this will drag on for like another 10 minutes. We're at 26 now? Or we always? Yeah, I'll call it there.
セーブしないんだからね。
I'll say guys the dark green zero. Oh yeah, that refers to the car. It was painted dark green, and what kind of car was it? I can't remember. But I'll see you guys next time with more Isla Grisaia, which will probably have the rest of the car task and whatever the next thing is, if there is a next thing. Could be they're sending Grisaia out to kill her. Please don't. See you guys next time. Bye.